So, as always, in this AI growth rituals, we'll be focusing on taking one step at a time in this AI and MLOps journey. So, there are some of you are already our Sigma members, and some of you are new to the platform. Just to give you a background, so this is a daily live session that we will have where we'll take one step at a time. So I want to help you, no matter where you are in your learning journey, to move further one step at a time in this MLOps and AI. So let's get started. And what are we focusing on today's session? See, the agenda of today's session is very simple. I'll take you through the basics. That is, what is MLOps? Why does MLOps should matter? And we'll have an overview of CI/CD pipeline for machine learning, and I'll give you a quick demo about this CI/CD pipeline with machine learning. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A. That means I'll be answering any of the queries that you might have. So let's get started. So the basic thing, what exactly is this MLOps? So MLOps is the combination of machine learning and DevOps principle. Here, it focuses on the automation and streamlining of the deployment. And not only that, we'll also be monitoring and managing of the machine learning models. So it means we are focusing on the automation and streamlining of this entire process. And we are focused on end-to-end life cycle. That is from creation of the model, performing the training to productionalizing the machine learning models. And that's what the MLOps is all about. Now, why this MLOps should matter? Well, MLOps is the one that will ensure that the project that we are working is implemented in a reliable and in a scalable manner. Okay. And more importantly, you'll also be able to deploy these machine learning models as well. And this MLOps will reduce the time to market and it will increase the efficiency. So what happens is, so far, the machine learning data science world, it was in a stage of experimentation. The companies have actually spent millions or billions of dollars into their AI and machine learning teams. Now there's a strong push from the management as, hey, can I get a return on investment that I've made? Now that's where the MLOps would come into picture. The MLOps will help the business to get the ROI by implementing the machine learning solutions in a reliable and a scalable manner. And not only that, it's going to improve the collaboration between the teams. It's going to enhance the model performance through continuous monitoring. And that's a reason that MLOps is an important aspect. Now, when we consider this MLOps, okay, so I'll just give a very quick idea about the MLOps framework. Okay, so in this MLOps framework, it basically consists of the steps that we generally perform. It starts with the development of the model. So we'll develop the model by performing the training of our machine learning, or it can be the trained generative AI model as well. Then we'll have a continuous integration where the code of the machine learning will be merged or will be tracked with the application code through which we are going to deploy this machine learning or AI application. And this MLOps framework also has the continuous deployment, which ensures that the model that we are training is ready to be deployed in a production environment. Then it also consists of the monitoring and feedback. Now, this will ensure that we are able to monitor it and we are able to identify any issues and we can take the action as and when it is required. And this will also give us the feedback as whether further model development is required. For example, if the model that we have in the production environment is not as per the expectation of the business, we'll kick off the model training, which will again starts with the development, continuous integration, deployment, and monitoring. So this is a cyclic process that you would see whenever we are implementing in any project. Now here, I've made use of some keywords, isn't it? That is continuous integration, continuous deployment, and monitoring. But most important one is the continuous integration and continuous deployment. So if you're someone who's not from DevOps, it looks like a technical term, but let me help you to understand this. So what exactly is this continuous integration? So continuous integration will basically have a stage of automated testing and the integration of the code changes. As I mentioned, when we are deploying the machine learning models or when we are writing the project for machine learning, at that time, we will be writing that code along with the existing project or existing app that we have got. So continuous integration basically involves automated testing. That means performing the basic testing to see the code is working properly. At the code standpoint, we do not have any errors, minor code errors over there, and integration of code changes, that is integrating our new code to the existing code. And generally, to perform this continuous integration, we make use of Git and similar services. Then we have a continuous deployment. Now, this continuous deployment refers to automated model deployment to production environment. And this will enable the rapid iteration and consistent quality. And that's what the CI/CD in MLOps is all about. And to give you a step in a structured manner, this is how you can visualize it. We'll have a code commit. That means when I perform any commit of my code to the Git based repository, it's going to run the automated testing and it's going to have a model training and build. That means the training would happen. In some cases, I might have already performed the training earlier and we'll be using that artifact and we are going to do the integration testing. And finally, we are going to perform the build, which means maybe a generation of some kind of an application package. So once that is done, we are going to use that package and deploy it. And then we'll also go ahead and monitor it. So this is how the CI/CD pipeline for machine learning models would look like. So this was a quick overview about the MLOps framework and what exactly is this MLOps at a very high level. Okay, you have also learned about the CI/CD pipeline for MLOps, that is for the machine learning models. Now, I just want to give you a quick demo as how does a code would look like. So here, for the demonstration purpose, I've picked up a very simple code, which is a demo of CI/CD pipeline with generative AI use case. It's a very simple project that we have got, and I'm going to show you that. Okay. So this is a very simple project where it's a demo of CI/CD with generative AI. Now I'll explain the code. You can explore at a later point. I'm not going to deploy it because that requires the Kubernetes. But since this session was intended to give you an idea about MLOps, so you'll get an idea as how we are going to structure the project. Okay, so just have a look at it. So this code that I've got, it's part of the source code repository that's in github.com. That's where the repository is hosted. And here we have written the actions.yaml file. Now, this is going to trigger the automated action whenever I perform any push to this main branch. See, on push of this main branch, some automation that I have set. Now here in this case, there are some environment variables that we have defined, and we are going to log in to the Google Cloud account. And once that is done, here it's using the credentials and we are performing the build. Okay, we are performing the build of the image using the Docker file. So it's very simple Docker file where we are just copying the folders, we are installing the requirements.txt, and we are launching this main.py file. And this main.py file is a API server which is going to expose which is going to expose a method that's called as generate. And when we send in any input, it's going to interact with the OpenAI chat GPT and it's going to generate the response. It's a very simple app that has been created with Python and Fast API. And this will be started as per this Docker file. And this Docker file, once it has been, this image has been created, we are going to push it to the Google Container Registry. Like you can push it to any other container registry, but here in this actions file, it demonstrates that we are pushing to the Google Container Registry. And once it's done, it's going to modify the Kubernetes file. So in order to modify it at the runtime, we are making use of Kustomize. It's one of the, I'll say, an add-on that we have got. So we are using that. And this is going to modify the file that we have got, that is deploy.yaml file, which is Kubernetes deployment object file. We are replacing this image over here with the exact image which we have pushed in the previous step. And then we are just going to apply that deployment, that is Kubernetes manifest file. So you can clearly see that whenever I do any code changes, okay, so it can be a generative AI based code, as you can see right here. It's going to get the source code, it's going to update the repository, and once it's done, it's going to publish to the server. Or it can also be a scenario where I'll just go ahead and use the trained machine learning model and use it and deploy it. It's a very simple way for you to understand about the MLOps in a machine learning project, guys. All right, guys. So this was about a very quick idea about this, the idea about what exactly is this MLOps and why is it important. So I'll take a pause here. So let me know if you have got any question, guys. Now, I also want to let you know that this is a call that happens on a daily basis at 9 to 9:15. So the intention of this call is to help you to move, take that first step. So I want to be with you when you're taking that first step so that I can help you in your learning journey, guys. I hope you had fun learning in this video. So folks, if you want to join live from the next session, just check out the link that is provided in the description. Join our community, and I can't wait to help you in your MLOps and generative AI journey. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.